Fable squad, let's continue.
Hey! Hey!
By the way, if you haven't watched part 1, go back. Part 1 of this is on my channel. Go take a look at UK Spinners playlist. Let's go.
Man, like Akala in the building! Oh my god! I fam, I wanted to wheel up like 30 times! You are disgusting, fam!
He is disgusting. He's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I'm using disgusting as like an adjective.
You should be locked up!
Which it is.
Fam, you should be locked away! Crimes against the pen, man!
Good adjective. He's fried my brain. Give me a chance.
We try. We ain't even done yet, but yeah, we try.
You are an animal!
We try, bro.
Every time you come, you blow me away, fam.
I thought you
used to part where you used to pass yourself every time. You know what? Sometimes people come back.
He does look like that sloth from Ice Age. Doesn't he? He looks like. Maybe it's just me.
And the Friday booth wasn't as good as the first.
You want to keep raising the levels.
Every Friday booth you've done has been better, bro.
No, thank you. We're trying.
I don't even know where to put that.
But I feel like that's what Akala's about. I feel like Akala's just about progression, getting better and better and better and better, consistency.
Where do you put something like that? Like you got scales, you got levels. Fam, that's somewhere else. You got
consistency, bro. Consistency.
I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even going to say it because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
Over there.
We got to respect the craft.
It's not even in the atmosphere, man.
It's a different league. We're trying it. Evidence is evidence. I think there's only been a few platforms that's put us all in the same space as MCs and allowed us to be judged.
Wow.
On our craft and not hype and marketing and what the record label's spending and all that. That's all good. There's nothing wrong with all of that. But it comes down to this at the end of the day, innit? Lyrics, flows, rhymes.
That was disgusting, bro.
We try.
I love his attitude. I just love who he is.
And we try. You know what? I brought something though.
What?
Because I thought, you know what? Even though I knew usually I would end it there, but I thought it's 10-year anniversary, 10 years since the first album, we got all this activity going on. How can we do something on this platform of all platforms to take it to a new space? So I brought you a present, bruv. You might have heard me mention it a few times in the rap.
Yep.
I wrote a graphic novel / illustrated poem, collaboration with an artist called Tokyo Ayama and Troy Edwards.
And that's for me, yeah?
That's for you.
Where can I get that? I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon. I will be buying that.
Did you sign it for me?
You know what? I didn't, but I will do when we come off air.
Sign mine, Akala.
I brought a copy for you. Because I just wanted to give you a copy.
Love that, bro.
It's been very good. But also because this next piece I want to share is from that story. So I've written a story. It's a long form rap that we've then illustrated and turned into a graphic novel about the rise and fall of human empires. And this particular piece is from
Rise and Fall of Human Empires. What rappers are talking about things like this, man? Just think about what rappers are talking about things like this. This guy isn't a rapper, man. This guy's a teacher. He teaches me stuff. I like people who teach me stuff.
From a space in the story where the main character we call the knowledge seeker is being born and reborn in sites of conflict all throughout history. So I thought, let's give them something a bit conceptual, a bit different and out the box as well. I'm working with a composer at the moment to turn that into, for want of a better word,
I hope to God it's Hans Zimmer.
Spoken word opera. Shout out to Paul Gladstone Reed. So this is a piece that I wanted to share on this
Paul Gladstone Reed, I'm pretty sure it's good as well.
Platform of all platforms, just to get us thinking about what the art of rhyming means and what it could be. So,
you ready for it?
I'm ready, bro.
You're an animal, man.
Let's do it.
This is composition shit. Now you're gonna see a different side of Phil.
And it seems I was there. Where? Everywhere. Every battle ever fought. Every stab. Every shot. Through the ages of humans, this killing machine. I could feel everything though. It wasn't a dream. I was every soldier that I'd ever fought, with a shield and a sword. All the blood ever drawn. From a dagger or a bayonet, an axe that will slay your neck, or automatic gats that clap, only spraying death. I was in a tank that exploded in Iraq, in a drive-by gang war spraying out cars. I was in Nam, dropping napalm, but it burned my skin.
It's crazy about, I was in Nam, he's talking about, I like the fact that he's talking about how empires rise and fall. And if you ever actually take a look at an empire, like most empires never get taken over. Most empires destroy themselves out of greed and corruption and things like that. The greatest empires and the greatest countries in the world, and this is why it should be such a warning to America, is you'll never get taken over. You're too powerful for that. But the only way you're going to lose your number one spot in the world is you giving it up yourself. You losing who you are, you losing your morals, you losing what made you great. And that's how great empires fall.
I was also Vietnam. I was an Italian massacring Ethiopians, but the bullets only pierced my flesh because I was both of them. I could feel every single wound of the flesh, but also the pleasure of causing the death. I was a soldier of the caliphate on a crusade, a killer, using Christ in exactly the same way. I was every woman ever killed in a witch hunt, or every little girl forced to grow with a split soul. Cause men like to snip clits or zip bits closed.
Every girl forced to grow with a split soul.
So their rape feels nice before they take my life. I was fighting for liberation, a woman and a general, bringing death to cowards that sold my genitals. One moment, I killed to be freed. The next, I was a monarch that killed for my greed.
Oh my God. One moment, I'm killing to be freed, but the next, I'm killing for my greed.
One moment, I killed,
and so the cycle continues.
To be freed. The next, I was a monarch that killed for my greed. Tutmosis III, Alexander the Fake, Caesar, Napoleon, Francis Drake. The arms of the state, with armies that are great, but I was also the resistance that's hardly ever praised. I was every indigenous person of America that died trying to protect their homes from a predator. Then a robe-cladding Roman senator, and every noble that showed you the ways of the treacherous. I was in the Belgian Congo hacking off limbs. In Rwanda, a cancer doing the same thing. I was a Japanese general occupying the Philippines. A Filipino child too young to know what it means. I was at Sharpeville, I was just 2. My mother with a bullet in her head, and I knew. Barely out of her womb, I played with her wound. I knew life was a
Barely out of her womb, I played with her wound.
cycle, she'll be back soon. I was a soldier of Ashanti resisting the British, but at the same time still selling humans to the Dutch. If you're honest with yourself and you look back through human history, you'd see that we're totally fucked. Cause I was that little girl in that church in Alabama. Then the Grand Wizard, then Margaret Sanger. Then I was Paul Warfield, Tibbets Jr., feeling just fine in a B29. I did my job. 100,000 dead.
Oh, that was deliberately censored. Come on, BBC. Come on, bruh. I mean, we live in a world where, you know, that democracy and freedom of speech is fucking paraded by politicians and shit like that, right? As long as you don't go against the fucking grain.
100,000 dead. I went home to relax. Then I was every child ever born with deformed limbs, cause there were just pawns on the board to inform kings. I saw sharks following ships, intrigued by the trail that comes overboard. I saw sharks following the ship I was on. I knew then that it couldn't be long. We had tried to get free, but as if that were wrong, we were thrown overboard from the deck of the Zone. So many bodies that the sharks couldn't finish the flesh. It took the waves to administer death. and I joined the rest at the bottom of the sea.
This is spectacular. Spectacular. I don't say that about many things, but oh my God, this is a piece of art. Oh my Lord.
The uncounted millions that dream to be free. The next minute I was back on a ship. This time as a soldier of the French. Right off the coast of Haiti, we made a gas chamber for African rebels. I couldn't deal with the stench. Then my head was chopped off by one of Dessalines' henchmen. He gave the order for killing all Frenchmen.
He's playing these roles from every single civilization, from every single position. Have you noticed that from the highest, from the generals to the Roman senators, to the empires, to the leaders, to the childhood, the kids that are dying on the street, to the mothers, to the fathers, to the everything. He's playing it from every single position, every angle he's playing this from.
All I could see was pyramids. Can you see? Designed by
Now we're into the Egyptian Empire.
man's mind, but built by his greed. The strangest pyramids I ever did see. It's not built by stones, but the bones of families.
Not built by stones. These pyramids were not built by stones, but the bones of families. We're a special creature, us. Like I told you before, human beings are capable of the greatest things in the world. We're able to go to the moon, and we're able to fucking blow up the moon. We're able to be Hitler, and we're able to be Nelson Mandela. That's why it's important to have people like this. And it's important that we have our kids listening to people like this. Because the only way to not be Hitler is to be surrounded by people like this.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. I need everyone in the studio to make some noise for Akala. You are something else, fam. I mean,
Thank you, bro, thank you.
Sloth is like almost broken over here. Like Larry, like he doesn't, like he's like completely dumbfounded.
I know what it is about 2016, but it just feels...
It feels like a hot... Yeah, I can't even lie. I watched some of the other Fire in the Boost they've been lately, and I've been like, whew. I'll just say it and be honest. Wretches in particular. I love Nasties before that. There's a few that I've loved. Bashies, a few of the years, there's been a few that I've been like, whew. And then Wretches came out this year, I was like... And I told him, I was like, oh.
Bro.
Ooh, that's a level, so...
You know what?
Let's keep pushing the boundary, and hopefully everyone who comes on here
I think you
keeps
just done that again. I think the boundary's
elevating
just
the
been
art of
pushed.
rhyming, you know?
Like, that was something.
This is the one thing I like about people like this, and that we're slowly losing in society, right? We're living in a society that if we look at somebody that's successful, you know, especially on the left, really on the left, and how the world's becoming with these social justice warriors and these political correctness and all this fucking garbage. The whole narrative that's being pushed out now is that guy's successful. Take him down to our level. You know what I mean? Because he can't continue to be successful like that. It hurts us to see that he's doing something through hard work and we're doing fucking nothing through laziness. So take him, bring him down, and then say, well, let's give free everything to everybody else, essentially. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. But people like this, right, and what's made the world great and what's built empires and whatever else, has been that guy is successful, that guy is great. You would look up and say, I want to be where he is, so I'm going to work harder to get to where he is. But it's reversed today. Today is that, no, let's take that guy down because we can't see him being successful. And that's how equality is portrayed today. Equality is all about the guy that's doing something, bring him down to our level so that we're all equal. And I'm not talking about race. Race has got nothing to do with this. And the equality of race is a complete different discussion. I'm talking about the equality in terms of society and work and success, essentially. And it's come to this point where let's take the successful guy down to our level because we feel more comfortable about that, rather than it irking us enough to actually raise ourselves up to his level. And we don't get taught that anymore. We don't get taught that if you want it, go fucking get it. Not like wait for the government to give it to you, wait for the government to give you free healthcare, wait for the government to give you free everything. Know what I mean? And then punish the guys who are actually working. And let's not have the greed discussion over here because we know there's greed in every single situation. But it's almost like we're on a train, and there was a book that actually said this, I can't remember who it was. If I remember it, I'll put it in the thing. Is that we've created all these great movements like feminism and equality and racial equality and blah, 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 blah. And the train, we are there now, like, you know, the train is now coming to the train station. We are reaching that point where, you know, we are really making real strides in this movement, right? And then comes the political correctness and the left and people like that, and literally just puts gas and crashes into the train station. Like it literally, like you've now just taken it way too over. When it comes to feminism, when it comes to just equality in like the workspace, that kind of, we're getting there, but now let's not take it overboard. Let's not go all. It's become ridiculous to the sense that, okay, like let's take a step back. The feminist movement is a brilliant movement, but it was a couple of years ago. It no longer is. It's a man-hating movement now. My personal opinion, you don't have to agree with that. You know what I mean? There are so many movements that are great movements, but are now driven more by hate than by the actual progression of what they believe in. Anyway, see people like this. Guys, I'm out. Have a good day, man.